Hi there, I'm Jenny May from Hereford Yoga Centre. We're going to do this 5th session for NHS staff and key workers. So we'll begin with the legs crossed. If you can sit on a blanket or two, then that will give you a chance to release the knees. You can see that action I'm doing. I'm just pulling the flesh of each buttock away from the centre, and that way you feel like you can sit evenly on the two sides. So we're going to have a blanket. The only other things you're going to need are a chair, any kind of dining chair, folding chair will do, and some kind of belt or scarf or tie. So just pause the recording if you need to go off and get that so you have it ready. Okay, so we'll start with the legs crossed, as I said. Just hold the knees with the hands, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, and then press the fingers to the floor, take the elbows back. You see the elbows are kind of winding behind the back. That further opens the top of the chest. And for a moment we'll begin with the palms together and the eyes closed. So this is a way of just delineating between the practice time, the practice space, and the rest of our life. That will carry on, but just give yourself a moment to let everything settle mentally, physically, emotionally, and observe your conditions of body, of mind, of breath. Relax the muscles of the face, relax the tongue, relax the backs of the eyes, and breathe through your nose, smooth inhalations, smooth exhalations. Notice the sensation of the breath in the nostrils. Notice the lift still of the spine. And then take a deep inhalation, and as you exhale, lower your head. And then release the hands, raise the head, and let the eyes open. Good, and stretch out the legs. We're going to begin lying down today, so it's probably a good idea if you watch first, because you probably won't be able to see your screen when you're lying down. So you can put the blanket to the side. You're going to lie down on your back with your knees bent. And then you'll stretch the legs out. So with the knees bent, the back can really release to the floor. You're going to stretch the legs out, not by one like that, but both together by scrubbing the heels along the floor. So scrub the heels along the floor and push the feet. Can you see how I've got the feet as if they're pressing into a wall? Then you're going to hook your thumbs and take the arms all the way back. So you can go ahead and do that now. So lie down on your back, knees are bent, let the lower back settle to the floor, and then scrub your heels along the floor, both together, legs and feet joined, and push your feet. Really feel as if your feet are pushing into a wall. If you've got a wall there, you can use the wall. So your arms are extended behind you, your legs are extending in the opposite direction, so everything in between also can extend. So find that space in the waist, in the abdomen, in the side ribs. If the hands don't go to the floor at the back, that's okay. You can put a chair there, or you can put something to rest the hands to, but we're not staying long, so they can just be in the air. Okay, and then bring the arms down. It's nice if your hands don't go to the floor, it's quite nice to have something there, so you can put a blanket, for example. Change the hook of the thumbs, so just hook the other way, and then on a deep inhalation, take the arms back, extend the legs, relax again the eyes, the face. maximum extension with the legs, with the arms. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. Soften the shoulders, soften the hips, extend further. And then bring the arms down and release the legs. So now you're going to extend the legs again in the same way that you've just done, with the heels along the floor, and then bend the right leg. So you draw your right knee towards your chest, but you keep the left leg stretched out along the floor. So that left leg is really active. Activate the left leg, extend it, and feel that it's pressing down. So the thigh is pressing down to the floor as if there's a weight on the left thigh. You can even use your hand there to press the left thigh down, and your right hand is in your right shin, on your right shin, pulling the knee towards you. Then join the hands on the right leg and interlock the fingers. And your arms act like weights. So take the elbows out a little bit and let the arms act like weights on the leg to pull the knee closer to you. Really extend the left leg. And then take the right foot to the floor, stretch out the leg. And then bend the left leg towards you. So you can use your left hand on your left shin. You can use your right hand on your right thigh. The right leg is maximum extension. Push into that right heel, pull the toes up towards the ceiling, and see how much you can kind of flatten, iron out the right thigh. You can use the right hand on the right thigh. And then join the hands. Change the interlock of the fingers, so you're just interlocking the other way around. And let the arms be like weights, pulling that left knee further and further towards the chest. The left leg is passive, including the foot, so you can just relax the left foot, and the right leg is very active. And then take the left foot to the floor and stretch out the leg. Inhale, extend the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, both knees now, towards the chest. I want you to make sure that you don't have any catch in the back, so you can just shift your bottom towards your feet, and then interlock the fingers again. If this isn't possible for you, just have one hand on each knee, and just pull the knees where the knees are apart. Or you have the feet and legs joined, but don't cross the feet. Sometimes, I don't know if it's a kind of in vitro position that we've had the feet crossed, but try to get the habit where the feet are joined, inner edges of the feet, and then pull the knees in, and really relax and releasing the lower back, middle of the back, upper back. Relax the head, release the eyes back. Close the eyes if you want. And let the whole muscular structure of the back spread to the floor. And then take the feet to the floor. And turn over onto your side now. And press the hands to the floor to sit up. Good. And then we're going to stand. So you can stand with your feet together. So a little bit like we did lying down on the floor, that first pose we did lying down on the floor. Now, we're going to do standing up. So if you've got a wall that you can stand against, that's ideal, because that's a little bit like the floor behind your back. And have the heels to the wall. If you don't have a wall there easily, it's fine, you can do it in the middle of the room. Then hook the thumbs in front of you and lift the arms up. So now, this shows up, if you're using the wall, where the shoulders are maybe a bit stiff, and the arms stay away from the wall. That's okay. Just see how much you can lift up in the whole front of the body. And remember how we were trying to keep the legs down, like there was a weight on the thighs. So push the thighs back now. And lift up the abdomen, waist, ribs, arms. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale. And exhale, bring the arms down. Okay, change over the hook of the thumbs. Press the heels well down into the floor. Extend the arms forwards arms up. So you should feel like in the back of the body, your buttocks are going towards your heels, like they're sliding down. But then the arms are lifting and the waist is lifting with the arms. Squeeze the elbows in. Lengthen. Raise yourself up with your arms. Breathe in. And then exhale and bring the arms down. And release the arms. Good. So now we're going to take this interlock of the fingers, but we're going to do it behind the back. So you're going to stand with the feet a little apart, interlock the fingers behind the back, and then extend the arms down. Extend from the shoulder to the wrist, so the arms are long, and roll the shoulders back. So there's a real kind of winding, rolling back in the shoulders and the upper arms. Then you're going to lift the hands a little from away from the lower back, away from the floor, but not so much that the shoulders come forwards. So you still maintain that lift in the front of the body, and lift the hands. And just see how far the arms will come. I want you to notice the chest. If the chest is dropping back, maybe you've taken the hands too far. So you have to keep the breastbone lifting. And then release. So now we're going to change the cross of the hands. So you've got your first way. Just change the interlock of the fingers. Remember, it's behind the back. Feet apart. Just check the feet are parallel. Whenever you're standing and the feet aren't together, you have to check that the feet are parallel, toes pointing straight ahead. Often we have the tendency to stand either with the feet turned out or with the feet turned in a little bit. So just check the feet are like they're on rails. Extend the arms down. Roll the shoulders back. Get the winding back of the upper arms. And then lift. Lift. Lift the hands. And breathe into the top of the chest. Lift the breastbone. Check the chest isn't dropping back. And then release the arms. Release completely. So you're going to take the chair now. And you're going to have the back of the chair facing you. We're going to do this pose, Ardha Uttanasana, which is a flat back forward bend. So you place the heel of the hand, both hands, on the back of the chair, and as wide as you can on the back of your chair. And then you're going to walk the feet back like this. So you're getting length now in the sides of the waist, in the sides of the chest. The hands are supported. Still the legs now have to straighten and move back. Remember how you were pressing the thigh down when you were lying down on the floor. You were pressing the thighs back when you were standing up against the wall. So the same here, the thighs have to go back, front thighs back. Waist forwards, chest forwards, head between the arms. And breathe through the nose. And then come towards the chair. Walk towards the chair to come up. Turn the seat of the chair towards you. You're going to place the hands on the chair seat now and come for Ardha Uttanasana, that's downward dog. So it's a very iconic yoga pose. We're going to do it with the hands lifted though so that we can really lift up the hips. Now when we did the pose before, the feet were down and the legs were perpendicular. Now the legs are going further back. I mean when you did the previous pose, the hands were on the back of the chair, legs perpendicular. Now the legs go further back, so the legs are slanting now. Okay? So slant the legs and be right up on the balls of the feet. And again, open out the waist, the chest, by moving the legs back. So rather than just taking the heels down to the floor, feel like you're drawing a line along the outer edge of each foot, from the little toe to the outer heel. So the outer edges of the feet draw back to take the heels down, but the hips have to stay well lifted. Front thighs back. Release the head. Breathe through the nose. Really press with the hands, move the upper back in. And then walk towards the chair and come up. If you want to pause the recording, then you can do that and repeat that pose. Otherwise, now we're going to do a twist on the chair. So you're going to have the back of your chair on your right hand side, and you'll sit with the legs together and the knees together. So feet and knees joined. And sit as straight as you can. Then lift the arms up. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Turn to the right. Press the right hand to the back of the chair. Pull with the left hand. And begin to rotate your trunk. So that's from the hips to the top of the chest. So don't be tempted just to turn the head. What I suggest is that you keep your chin in line with your breastbone. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and rotate your abdomen. So the abdomen and the waist turn first. Then inhale, exhale, rotate the ribs. Inhale, exhale, rotate the top chest. And so on, shoulders, not the head yet. So when you turn maximum from the hips to the shoulders, take a deep inhalation, and as you exhale, rotate the head, turn the head and the neck, turn to look over the right shoulder. And then come back to the centre. Okay? And then change sides. So you can just swing around on your chair. So the chair is on your left-hand side. And then lift the arms. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Turn. Okay, so again, notice what's happening with the head. We're very cerebral creatures. Everything is with the eyes and the brain. So we want to just let the eyes and the brain rest back a bit. Keep the chin in line with the breastbone. Inhale, exhale, turn the waist. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn the ribs. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn the chest. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn the shoulders, left shoulder back, right shoulder blade in. Inhale. Exhale, finally turn the head and the neck, maintaining that whole rotation from the hips right to the top of the head. Turn using the hands. Don't let the right knee shoot forwards. Keep the right leg back into the hip socket. And then unwind and sit facing front. Okay, so you're going to sit on your chair this way round now, like how you would normally sit on a chair to start with. But then you're going to shift back. So you're sitting on towards the back of the chair seat. Okay, you can do this on any chair. Then your feet are going to go quite wide. I've got mine where they're outside the feet of the chair. And you can take your hands on the front of the chair. You're going to look up with an inhalation and then exhale, hinge forwards. You're trying to take your chest beyond the front of the chair seat and let the arms hang down. So you're trying to sit back a lot into your hips and your buttocks. You'll feel like your buttocks are coming light and that you're tilting forwards. But see what you can do to keep your buttocks down at the back. And then you can reach underneath your chair. I've got a handy bar here to hold at the back of the chair. But you can hold the legs of the chair, or you can put your scarf or belt around the back feet of the chair like that and hold on to that. It's quite good to have something to hold. So arrange your scarf like that if you need to, if you don't reach the legs of the chair, and then pull. So you're sitting down at the back and really let the head release down. Squeeze your knees towards your arms and spread the lower back. And then release the hands. Press the hands first of all to the floor, look forwards, and then to the seat of the chair, and come up. Okay, so you can put your chair to the side. You're going to keep your belt or scarf. And you're going to take your blanket like this. If you don't have a blanket, don't worry, you can do this. You can do this without, but it's just quite nice for the neck to have a bit of support there. So you're going to lie down. So maybe just watch this first time again. Watch the recording the first time. The feet are going to go parallel, about hip width apart. Then you're going to lie down, and if you've got the blanket there, you put the head behind and the shoulders on the blanket. All right? And you're going to bring your feet quite close to your hips. The belt is around the front of the ankles. And then just watch this action. You're going to turn the arms from the inside out. So you feel like you're rolling your shoulders back. Okay, that's the first thing. Then you hold as close as you can to your ankles. Press with the feet. Inhale. Exhale and lift the hips up. So the hips lift up and the chest is lifting towards the chin. Stay a couple of breaths. You can also try to move the shins back to get the hips lifting more. And then as you release down, you take the tailbone again this way towards the feet and rest the back to the floor. So you go ahead. We're going to do it a few times, 3 times. So I'll do it with you and I'll explain it. So lie down on your back. You can put your blanket there. You've got one, and have the head off the back of the blanket and the shoulders on the blanket. Have the feet to the floor. Put the belt around the fronts of the ankles and catch the belt, one side of the belt in each hand. Feet should be parallel, so just make sure again that the feet aren't turning out. Now we're going to do that winding of the arms. So roll back the shoulder one side, roll back the shoulder the other side, so the chest is really open. Now stamp the feet to the floor, press the arms down, breathe in, and breathe out, lift the hips. So press the feet and lift the hips. Press the feet and lift the hips. Lengthen the neck, press the feet, lift the hips, lift the chest. And then release down. Taking the buttocks and the tailbone towards the feet as you rest the back to the floor. Good, once more prepare, roll the shoulders, breathe in. And exhale, lift up. Now, as you press the feet, see if you can lift a bit higher in the hips, lift the buttocks, lift the tailbone, and then take the shins back a little bit, and lift the chest. Keep breathing, and then release down. Buttocks, tailbone, towards the feet to release. So we're going to do one more time. This is Cottage, Patterson, bridge pose. So inhale, roll the arms, inhale. Exhale, lift up, press the feet down. Press the heels, press the balls of the feet. Lift the hips. Lift the hips any amount, as much as you can. Pump the buttocks up towards the ceiling. Tailbone up towards the ceiling. Now roll your thighs in and take your shins back towards your chest and your chest up towards your towards the ceiling. And then release. Lower back long. Release the legs. Release the hips. Turn to the side and come up. Now you can fold that blanket and have it at the end, head end of your practice space, and lie down with the blanket underneath the back of the neck. Now after that back bending, you might feel like you want to do this, bend the knees towards the chest. So you can do that just to release the lower back, release any tension from the lower back. Let go. And then take the feet to the floor, stretch out the legs, and release the arms, and close the eyes. So I want you to make sure that the palms of the hands are facing the ceiling. The inner face of the arms is facing the ceiling. And let go of the whole weight of the body. Release the feet, tops of the feet, soles of the feet, ankles. Let the shins rest to the calves, let the calves spread to the floor. Let go of the knees. Let go of the front thighs, back thighs, in and outer thighs. Allow the abdomen to soften, to release. So the lower back can spread. The whole muscular structure of the back, releasing and spreading to the floor. Let go of the jaw. Let go of the tongue. Release the backs of the eyes. So the whole of the face and the features of the face and the organs of perception rest. With a final peaceful exhalation, abandon the whole weight of your body to the floor. Let go completely. And when you're ready, bend the arms, rest the hands on the abdomen, bend the knees. Turn over onto your right hand side and then press the hands to the floor to sit up. And that's all for this session. There'll be another one next week. And thank you so much for all the work you're doing.